Here are 4 destructive relationship patterns to let go of in the new year. If you are tired of experiencing the same relationship disasters over and over, or ready to take your relationship to the next level, then stay tuned to the end, as the last 2 points are life changing. So instead of setting New Year's resolutions this year, we are doing something different. Because let's be honest, most resolutions are about adding things. It's doing more, trying harder, becoming better. But when it comes to relationships, growth often comes from what we're willing to let go of. So today, we're talking about what we're consciously leaving behind in our relationships this year. Not from force, not from guilt or self-judgment, but from awareness.
Yes, it's so true. And this isn't about blaming yourself or saying, I should have known better. It's about saying, I can see the pattern now, and I am ready to stop carrying it forward.
So let's dive in. One of the biggest patterns damaging relationships, and that is best left behind, is over functioning, or better known as people pleasing. This is where you carry the emotional load, keep things running, anticipate needs and then fulfill it, smooth over tension, keep the relationship alive, often at the cost of yourself. And on the outside, it looks like love, like commitment, like loyalty. But on the inside, it is exhausting.
Overfunctioning often comes from a deep belief that if I don't hold this together, it will fall apart. So you become the regulator, the fixer, the emotional glue. But relationships were never meant to be a one-person job.
And here's the hard truth. When you overfunction or people please, you unintentionally under-invite the other person to show up. So if you have noticed yourself doing this, we invite you in the coming year to leave behind earning love through effort, proving your worth through sacrifice, and confusing responsibility with connection.
Another pattern we see a lot is avoiding difficult conversations. Not because people don't care, but because conflict feels threatening. So instead of saying, this doesn't feel okay for me, we stay quiet. Instead of asking for clarity, we make excuses. Instead of addressing issues early, we wait and wait and wait.
And avoidance doesn't keep relationships safe. It keeps them unclear. Unspoken resentment builds, needs go unmet, and people slowly disconnect without ever naming why. So again, we invite you in the coming year to leave behind the silence that protects peace but erodes intimacy, the hope that they'll just figure it out, and the belief that speaking up equals being difficult.
The third pattern to let go of, and this is a big one, especially for people with trauma histories. They tend to confuse intensity with intimacy. And therefore, some of the patterns in their relationship is high emotion, strong chemistry, fast bonding, emotional highs and lows. It feels deep, feels meaningful, it feels powerful. But intensity is often a nervous system response and does not hold emotional safety.
Yes, real intimacy grows slowly. It feels steady. It allows room to breathe. As people grow in their relationships, they realize the value of steadiness and leave behind the adrenaline rush mistaken for connection, chaos dressed up as passion, relationships that feel overwhelming instead of grounding. And that brings us to the last destructive relationship pattern we invite you to leave behind. And it's a subtle one, but incredibly powerful. Staying loyal to pain instead of truth. What does that look like? This is when you stay because you've invested too much. You stay because you don't want to start over. You stay because you are hoping the story will change. And you stay because leaving feels like failure. Does anybody recognize themselves in this? If you do, let us know in the comments below. If you are staying loyal to pain, what is your reason for staying?
Yes, pain can become familiar, and familiarity can feel safer than the unknown, even when it hurts. But loyalty to yourself must eventually outweigh loyalty to a pattern. This year, we invite you to leave behind the following: enduring instead of choosing, surviving instead of relating, staying because it's familiar, not because it's aligned.
So, as this year comes to a close, here is an important question to sit with. What did this pattern once protect you from? Maybe people pleasing protected you from rejection. Maybe avoidance protected you from conflict. Maybe intensity protected you from feeling numb or unseen. These patterns weren't failures, they were adaptations.
But what once protected you might now be limiting you. And growth doesn't mean judging the pattern. It means recognizing when it no longer serves who you are becoming.
So, as we head into the new year, instead of asking, what do I need to fix about myself? Rather ask yourself, what am I ready to release?
We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Tell us, what relationship pattern are you leaving behind this year? Naming it is often the first step towards changing it.
And if this conversation resonated with you, subscribe to IQ Relationships, where we explore love, attachment, healing, and conscious connection. Because healthy relationships aren't built through force, they're built through awareness. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.